President Trump tweeted this over the weekend. I suggest that we add more dollars to healthcare and make it the best anywhere. Obamacare is dead. The Republicans will do much better. That's the opposite of what your bill does. It's incredible. He just says shit. So, of course, when you go into the details of his bill, on Medicaid alone, he cuts $880 billion. But when you put Medicaid aside and you add, like, tax credits for middle-class families that are being taken away, it's over $1 trillion worth of cuts. So, $880 billion cut from Medicaid, which kicks millions of people off their insurance. And then, by the way, in his budget, if his budget were to pass with his proposal, it's another $800 billion cut to Medicaid. So way over, $1 trillion, over $1.5 trillion. And then on top of that, you cut the tax credits for middle-class families and poor families. So all we're talking about in his bill is giant cuts everywhere you look. And then never mind redistributing that money to the rich. Because other aspects of what he does in his tax plan eliminates the estate tax, for example, which applies to like 0.02% of families in the country, people who have fucking estates. They have to have over like $5.25 million in the bank. They have to have that much in net worth, I should say, in order for the estate tax to apply to them. They want to get rid of the estate tax. They want to get rid of that. They want to cut the corporate tax. They want to cut the personal income tax rate to the Bush levels, which is 35%. They want to take it from about 39% to 39.6 to 35%. So all we're talking about is class warfare waged by the rich on the middle class and the poor, redistribution to the people in the country who don't need it. So the bill does the fucking opposite. But he's like, I suggest we add more dollars to healthcare. What do you mean add more dollars to healthcare? Because you haven't added any dollars to healthcare. You've cut over $1 trillion. So what are you saying? Add more dollars. Make it the best anywhere. Okay. He has no clue what's in his bill. None. And we've covered stories to this effect not that long ago. There were reports that when Paul Ryan and all the other douchebag Republicans were coming up with all the provisions of the bill and in the negotiating process, that they had a meeting with Trump and they were trying to talk to Trump about like specifics in the bill. And reports were that he couldn't fucking follow. He had no clue what the fuck was going on. He was like, we're going to have tremendous healthcare. It's going to be the best healthcare. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be, believe me, let me just tell you that this healthcare is going to be, we're going to repeal and replace Obamacare. It's going to be the best healthcare. We're going to cover more people. It's going to be tremendous. Let me just tell you. And they would try to like explain to him, okay, but let's break this down a little further. When you want to talk about subsidies to the middle class, or you want to talk about what we're going to do with premiums, maybe we do a premium benefit program, and he doesn't understand any of that. Premium, deductible, subsidy. He's like, tremendous. Believe me. Let me just tell you. So people were like, he doesn't know any of the specifics. And then there was another story where reporters were asking him about specifics, and again, his responses were like, well, this is a process. Many people are involved in this process. He was asked about his healthcare bill. It was in an interview with, I think it might have been Time. We covered the story. And they're asking him about his healthcare bill. And what he does is, since he doesn't know any of the provisions and he doesn't know what's in it, he just talks about the process. He's like, when we were negotiating the bill, it was tremendous. What happened is I met with a lot of the Freedom Caucus, the Tea Partiers, and I spoke to them and I said, look, get on board with this bill. This is our one chance to repeal and replace Obamacare, and it'll be tremendous. We'll have great American health care. Believe me. That I can tell you. Believe me. And, like, people are like, wait, we asked you about, like, the bill. And he just described the process in making the bill. Because he can't give you, hey, here's this provision, here's what it does. Because he doesn't know. He doesn't know. This is like proof of that. He said, I suggest we add more dollars to healthcare and make it the best anywhere. Obamacare is dead. The Republicans will do much better. I suggest we add more dollars. You haven't added anything. You've cut over $1 trillion, but you don't know that. He said on the campaign trail, I'm not going to cut Medicare, Medicaid, and Social Security. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to protect those programs. I'm going to protect it. And then he went after Huckabee because Huckabee copied him on that. Well done. Now you're cutting over $1 trillion in Medicare when you put all your cuts combined between your budget and the, Medicaid, between your budget and your healthcare bill. But he doesn't know. He doesn't fucking know. That's why he says shit like this. We should add more dollars. So you want to add more dollars? Okay, yes, let's add more dollars. You want to know what we should do? We should do it all tax funded. We should do a single payer system. But he said, add more dollars and make it the best anywhere. You want the best healthcare in the world? Great, let's do it. Medicare for all. Medicare for all. Hey, Democrats, where are the fucking Democrats to take this tweet and go, you know what? Hey, we agree. Let's do Medicare for all. Add more dollars. Taxpayer money. Add more dollars. Let's do a single payer system. And then boom. Best system in the world. We'll cover everybody. It'll cost less. We'll get better quality care. We'll catch up to every other modern nation. There would be no such thing as a medical bankruptcy anymore, when right now it's one of the top causes of bankruptcy. 45,000 people die every year in the U.S. because they don't have access to basic health care. Now that'd be gone if we made it the best anywhere. Add more dollars. He has no fucking idea what's in his own healthcare bill. He's such an embarrassment. He really is a man-child. He can't give you specifics. He doesn't know the specifics. He has the attention span of a gnat. I don't care if you're the biggest fucking Trump fan out there. You know he has a low IQ, and you know he can't follow complex things, and you know he has a shitty attention span. I mean, it's worn all over his face, everything he's ever said, everything he's ever done. And when you try to see real policy conversations between reporters and him, or shit he says on Twitter or whatever, he doesn't know anything, and it always comes through.